Mojica, thank you for being with us today. Could you please introduce yourself and the work that you're currently working on?
Good evening. I'm Reverend Dr. Mely S of Victoria Special Montessori located here in GMA Cavite. I am the present president of the Federation of Christian Schools.
Thank you, Dr. Mojica. Now, could you please introduce a little bit more about your school?
The school at present has 862 enrollment with 4 departments. We have the CASA department, the elementary, the junior and senior respectively. It is located in GMA at the 1 hectare land with 24 classrooms and 37 teachers.
Thank you, Dr. Mojica. Now, how long have you been working as a principal or headmaster of the school?
I have been working in the school for 28 years, serving as principal, as teacher for the first time. But after 3 years, I am already the full-time principal, no more a classroom teacher. But now I'm back as a classroom teacher to teach peace education.
Dr. Mojica, you mentioned about peace education. Now, I know that peace education is being implemented in your school, but also I know in order for some new curriculum to be implemented in a school, there has to be a certain process for it to get approval by government of the education department. Was it the case for the country also?
Yes, I did that. I informed everybody from the division office up to the regional office.
It seems quite interesting, Dr. Mojica. Could you please explain a little bit more about the procedure and process you had to go through to get approval of the local government, and also any other additional steps that you had to take?
Yes, first of all, after seeking the permission of the division superintendent, the private school supervisor, and of course, when it reaches finally the school having their approval, I met my coordinators, the 3 coordinators of the 3 departments, in order that teaching peace education will really be implemented correctly based from the seminar and in-service training that we have had from other HWPL members. Yeah, actually, I have submitted those requirements, those things, to the office of Ma'am Aleka, who is in Seromed, who are working with me seriously in order for this education to be implemented correctly and properly, with the sanction of all the government people, approving officer of the additional subject to be added in our curriculum. And right now it is included. It is even reflected in our Form 138, that is the report card. I have shown it to Ma'am Nika just this afternoon that it is really, it's a reality that I have included it in our Form 138.
Thank you, Dr. Mojica. It's quite a step that you had to take in order for you to get approval for that. But I'm wondering, what was the initial reaction of the local government and even for parents and teachers?
Actually, there is no negativity or negative reaction coming from them, but it's very obvious that they are all manifesting favor to my additional opening of peace education in our curriculum.
Thank you, Dr. Mojica. Now, could you tell us a little bit more about your first time implementing peace education? When was it?
It's during our school opening, the first day, that was August 16, 1921, this year only, because I had just known of the good news of peace education during summer only, last summer, when our school is still closed because of the COVID-19. Before the implementation of peace education in our school, we had the training already, 3 successive training that equip our peace education teachers to be able to teach effectively and efficiently peace education, plus our daily conferences on how peace education should be continuously taught and shared with our students involved in the learning of the peace education. Even our staff, they are included because I usually have peace education lecture in line with the Bible every morning. We start at 7 to 7:30.
Dr. Mojica, you mentioned that Fridays are HWPL Day. Now, could you explain a little bit more about this? It sounds very interesting.
Yes, every Friday is HWPL Day. And so that's the time that we prepare our participants for, especially for the coming appreciation night of HWPL. We have 8 numbers as a part of our school contribution to this said event. In fact, this I will declare every Friday as HWPL Day so that we can hold activities, prepare activities for the coming 23rd anniversary of HWPL. Teachers cooperate, even parents cooperate. So every Friday they expect that although we don't have face-to-face, the parents together with their children come over for a practice, for a rehearsal. And I do appreciate the manifestation of the parents supporting the school all the way through thick and thin. That's through thick and thin. Amidst COVID-19, our parents are active because they are cooperative and they want peace.
So we understand that peace education is being implemented throughout all grades. Is this correct?
Yes, very much correct.
Okay, then if that's the case, then it would be quite different from the level of kindergarten to the level of high school. Now, how do you facilitate different educational programs depending on the grades of the student?
Every day or weekly, I talk to the coordinators and teachers of this education, aiming to enlighten them on how we can encourage the young people to have a focus on peace education and what the benefits that will be coming from peace education by teaching them the traits, the 15 traits that are included in the HWPL book. That's why we have slogans, we have essay writing, we have photojournalism contest on peace education. I am conceiving that through HWPL and through peace education, there will be a contest that will be launched alongside with peace education. Aside from the slogans and spoken poetry and essay that we usually have. In fact, the letter of our Chairman Lee becomes a part of our testing material for all levels. Questions are asked in different ways, easy, average, difficult for the higher level. And we have the proof about that. I'm not just telling it by word, but we have submitted the result of the exam based from the first letter of Chairman Lee, which informed us the word of thanks that he would like to let us know, that he really appreciates the teaching of peace education in our school. Of course, we have our textbooks for our subject, but for peace education, we only suit the same topic coming from the HWPL book, but for the CASA department, we make it easier. That's why I said, according to the level, according to easy, average, difficult. Easy for the CASA, average for the elementary, then difficult for both junior and senior.
Thank you, Dr. Mojica. It seems like a lot of teachers are putting much effort so that it can be delivered to each grade student well. Thank you once again. Now, for the people who do not know quite well of what peace education is, could you please explain what is being taught through this curriculum?
In peace education, in our school, we started with love and respect, believing that when the two traits are taught together, there will be peace, because it is impossible for any learner or for an individual to respect if there is no love, and to love if there is no respect.
Thank you, Dr. Mojica. Now, my next question is peace education material created in South Korea? And if that's the case, was there any difficulties trying to implement it into a culture of your country or to understand the background behind it?
It is very universal for me. Why? Because inside the HWPL book material, it will depend on our reading. Does it suit the young for the young? Is it for the old ones? Is it for the slow learners or for the fast learners? So we adjust, basing our adjustment from the kind of lesson we see in our HWPL book together.
So could you give us some feedbacks that came from parents or teachers, anyone who tried to put this into grade levels of different students' curriculum? Now, we want to listen not only about positive aspects towards peace education, but actual testimonies.
I'm very happy to know that you are interested about the testimony of the goodness of testimony of peace education in our school. Feedback from the parents, feedback from the teachers, and feedback from the students. So the triad participants of the school in the participation of peace education were all passed to the office and even to the Department of Education, believing that if not now, if not tomorrow, it can be later. Peace education will really be patronized by all schools and learners. That's why I took the very tasky job for me to start peace education, because it is my education to the teachers and to the children, even to the parents. God, if there is any change that they would see, kindly let me know. And it's good. As I told you earlier, I haven't received negative feedback up to this moment. So I keep on thinking on how peace education can really be enhanced and enrich, motivate again. My favorite word for this time is motivate and encourage. So we learn together as we embrace the message of Chairman Lee in having peace education a part of our curriculum.
You mentioned that you already submitted the insights and feedbacks of parents, students, and teachers to the HWPL and also Ministry of Education. Now, I want to hear from your memorable moment from those reactions and feedbacks. What was the most memorable for you, Dr. Mojica?
The best feedback I received after implementing peace education come from 3 students in the senior high school department, namely JR, and I cannot remember their name, but the name is JR, who delivered also the spoken poetry and the first long, because it is a long description of the long narrative that he presented to us belongs to Angeline Gumban about the benefits that she already gathered from learning peace education. Angeline Gumban, the one who sang together with the choir of Dr. Adama. JR also had spoken poetry on peace and even on that was during the celebration of Teachers' Day. But even the CASA pupils, those who are still very very young at the age of 4, they now understand why peace is being taught to them. So that is to avoid trouble, to avoid bullying, to avoid being troublesome and quarrelsome.
So you mentioned that peace education is included in the report card for the students. Now I'm wondering how you evaluate this curriculum and this subject, and also is there a grading system for peace education?
We have the performance and the actual performance, we call it oral recitation, which are accordingly graded. Then we have the test also, examination. Then we are including their presence, the attendance during the peace education session. And we have also the participation of parents. That's why we are expecting big enrollment this coming school year. Why? Because peace education becomes instrumental to the big change of the image of the school also by having it added in our curriculum. Thank you.
Dr. Mojica, we understand that you're very much involved and active in HWPL. If I may ask, is there a reason why you engage so much in the work of HWPL?
I'm here standing for peace because I love peace. I don't like trouble. That's a proof already that peace has been taught by my parents even before, but not as extensive, as comprehensive as I am receiving now from HWPL. HWPL, thank you very much for having it so deep with so meaningful and fruitful journey in the teaching of peace education.
Thank you, Dr. Mojica, for being with us today. And truly, the way that you described how passionate you are in terms of creating this new curriculum for the students for the better future has really touched me personally. And I really think students of your school are very lucky to have very cooperative parents and managers and also teachers and also headmasters such as you to give them and provide them this beautiful program. Once again, thanks for being with us, and I hope you have a great day.